People, deluded, I'm back again. I can't see the camera at this moment in time. I apologise if my laptop, MacBook, you know, as Apple users are, we can't just say laptop, if it's blocking the view. My phone died, people, unfortunately, and I read my notes off my phone, so it's kind of clock blocked me. But the show has to go on. The story has to keep getting lived. I was actually in the process of doing a couple vids in relation to how I feel each and every individual player who's played a decent amount enough for us at Premier League level has done. And, you know, I've done a couple of others, and I feel, looking at the list now, I've done Tierney, Kolasinac, but now on to Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin, I've got time for Hector Bellerin, man. I know a lot of people get him, but one thing I admire about Bellerin is actually nothing to do with his football. I like how he's not afraid to be himself, and I feel football fans, they kind of feel entitled to a player's life, in the sense of, one gift is that with social media, we get to see things that we wouldn't, you know, transfers, the major stations are the last to hear about it. You know, man are tracking Torreira's flight when he's signing for Arsenal. These things are crazy. But I do think these sort of celebrities or people in general, fans do take it over the top and feel a bit entitled, and I do think it's disrespectful. Like, people get at the man's diet. Now, there might be truth to his vegan diet, and he lacks, it's not giving him the explosive power and stuff. But for one, if he was playing well, nobody would say anything, and for two, you know, that's silly, because there must be players that are like Bellerin and playing extremely well. If Lionel Messi says, I ain't eating meat in 10 years, what are people going to say then? You know, and I like how, whether you like his sense of fashion and all his other causes and stuff, he's not afraid to be himself and pursue his other interests as well as football. Football career is short. Bellerin doesn't strike me as someone that's going to stay and be a coach. He screams more businessman to me. I think he will offer his opinions about football, but he screams more businessman sort of thing to me. I like how he likes to be himself. He's using the platform that his feet has given him to expand himself and do his thing, and I think it's entitled. It's like when you look at someone like Ben Davies as well at Everton, people are quite disrespectful. I do think Bellerin's one of them players, you know how fans can be, that he can never do no right. But that being said, like I said, yeah, I think Bellerin, even this season, since he's come back from injury, when he first came back in, he was looking decent. He did decent at Stamford Bridge. He looked alright. I think he even scored. And obviously, with the injury, struggling, trying to find consistency is going to be tough. And we've even heard that he's been playing through the pain barrier, which I admire with Bellerin. And I feel the club have got to be careful, because you're putting a player in the line of fire. Like I said just now, I've got admiration for a man that's putting himself through the pain barrier and playing and stuff. But when I'm seeing him not play to his full potential, and this could be a reason, then they've put him in the fire for criticism. And to be fair, you know, if he's deemed himself fit to play, then he can play. If you're in the match day squad, isn't it? So it's almost not an excuse. I think in his 15 appearances, he struggled for consistency, which he's coming off a big injury, which you've got to obviously consider. But that being said, I do think there's a lot that he needs to improve on. I think sooner or later, I do think, like Reece Nelson, Bellerin's a player that Arteta's going to make a lot of time for next season, but I do think he's got to give something back. I feel with the way Arteta wants to play, you've got to offer more in the final third. I feel, you know, Bellerin actually against City did well, but I think consistently he's not playing well in the terms of going forward. I think he opts for the backwards pass too many times, especially when he plays with Pepe. And, you know, if we was to look at it, Pepe, if we spent 70-odd million, he's got to be our first choice right winger. You'd imagine Bellerin's going to be the first choice fullback, and you haven't played too many times for various reasons, but you've got to get greater understanding. And I feel Bellerin's reluctance at times is to go forward too much. I do think at times he kind of hides in a shell. I do think there's a lot. I don't think his players really kicked on, and I think Arteta kind of got at him with comments about, oh, I think Cedric Suarez is so good in the final third, I think people could learn from him or something like that, and it's easy to see why. I just feel Bellerin's performances haven't been convincing. There has been, when he first came in, he's decent and he's had some decent periods, but I just think he struggled for consistency, which to a degree is kind of expected. And generally, the same issues you're asking of Bellerin away from this injury are really there. Like, he's not improving significantly, you know, the end product isn't there significantly. He isn't looking exactly stable at centre, at right back, sorry, you know, locking down the fullback. I still think there's a lot to improve in Bellerin's game. You know, out of 10, I'd give him a 4 for this season. I still like Bellerin, I still give him a lot of faith, but time's running out, and I must admit, you know, a suitable offer, I mean, I'm entertaining selling Bellerin, to be fair with you. So I give him a 4 out of 10 for his performances this season, people. So yeah, that's it, man. On that note, please comment yours, man. DG, I'm out.